welcome to a new series of Hardtalk India interviews. Nothing in the last 25 years has shaken the Indian political establishment more than the recent election results. The Bharatiya Janata Party-led National Democratic Alliance government was widely expected to win, but it didn't. And today, even 3 weeks later, no one seems to be absolutely certain what went wrong. So today we ask, what happened? And much more importantly, did the party make critical mistakes? With me to answer those questions is the President of the Bharatiya Janata Party, M. Venkaiah Naidu. Mr. Naidu, this was supposed to be an election that brought your dreams to reality. Instead, it seems your nightmares have come true.
I don't say nightmares. Of course, we have been in politics. We are a mission. We have seen many up and downs in politics. But one thing I must admit you, we are shocked beyond disbelief, because we never expected this result. Nor we are able to come to an understanding what exactly went wrong. So far, even all the analysis in the country, political commentators also, nobody is able to reach the bottom of the actual reasoning for our setback in this election.
Let's come to the analysis later. Let's first try and establish just how shocked you are. In the 6 big states of India which elect 40 or more MPs to Parliament, putting a total of 291 people in the House, the BJP got just 28 seats.
But there is a setback, no doubt about it. Though the number comparatively earlier we were 181 and now we are 138, shortage of 29. But we humbly accept that there is a setback to us.
But in Andhra Pradesh, your own state, in West Bengal and in Tamil Nadu, the BJP didn't get a single seat.
It happened because you have seen in Andhra and Tamil Nadu, in both the states, there was a strong anti-incumbency factor working. And I have seen throughout the country, during the campaign, after the campaign also, I am doing really self-analysis, and then my conclusion is that the local issues seems to have overtaken the national issues.
Oh, it's not just local issues overtaking national issues. You see, Mr. Venkaiah Naidu, you didn't just lose seats, your vote share collapsed. This time round, compared to 1999, you contested 7% more seats, but you ended up with 6% fewer votes.
No, it's not correct.
It is, I assure you. You contested 364 seats,
yes,
compared to 339.
No,
your vote share...
I contested 368 seats earlier. This time I contested 364. My strike rate of winning is more and compared with the last election. Congress contested 417 and now 417, and we contested 364.
Congress contested more in 99 than they did in 2004.
Yeah.
Your vote share has fallen from 23.75 to 22.16. It's down 6.6%.
I don't think that this figure is correct.
These figures are absolutely correct.
I don't want to quarrel with you. According to the analysis made, there is a decline of 1.6% vote for the BJP compared to the last election.
1.59, and the figures I'm quoting are from the Election Commission of India website.
That's fine. I will go through that, and if really that much gap is there, then it's a very serious matter.
Absolutely. If the gap exists, it is a serious matter.
Yeah.
Let me put it to you in a different way. Electorally, you have ended up somewhere between your 1991 position and your 1996 position. In other words, almost 10 years of political growth has been wiped out.
So there is no question of wiping out. It's not one-day cricket match. See, after all, we have got 2 seats in 1984. And you have seen what happened in 89, 91,
But you had 96. To struggle to get out of that
problem.
We
are there to struggle in politics. After all, we have a mission. We have to work hard. We have to work hard, we have to analyze, we have to do soul searching, we have to take remedial measures, we have to overcome the shortcomings that are identified by our national executive, by our state units also. Definitely, we will focus our attention on all the issues.
So you accept that today you face a lot of hard work just to get back to where you were?
Definitely, we have to work hard to regain the confidence of the people.
In other words,
forward.
Can I put it like this? Can you agree that it was a mistake to call an early election?
No, I don't agree. Because it was a corrective decision we have taken, and I feel there is nothing wrong in calling for an early election. We made an assessment, okay, people did not support our assessment, and we lost the election. We humbly accepted.
Permit me to interrupt you. If it wasn't a mistake to call an early election, then the corollary is that if you had had the election on time in October, you would have done even worse than you have now.
No, question is, at that time, and we sat together, we came to the conclusion, why not go to the people and then get a comfortable mandate.
Yes, and in January, after the Hyderabad National Executive meeting of your party, you said the BJP on its own will get 300, with its allies a 2/3 majority.
That was the objective, that was the target, that was the aim. Any party must have.
Except at the time you didn't use the word target. You said we will get 300.
No,
you didn't
we
say
shall
it is
get.
our hope.
Please try to understand. As a student who is working hard, one must always aim for distinction. Even if you end at first class also, one should be happy.
We
but
shall get means that you will get, not we hope to get.
Okay, I leave the interpretation to you, but it was the target given by me to my party cadre, and then when you have a high target, you also work hard. We did our best, and we thought elections will be held somewhere in February.
Can you accept this, that you failed to achieve your target miserably? Miserably.
Miserably is your comment, Karanji, but I can tell you one thing. We aimed at something, we could not achieve it, we accept it.
Okay, let's come to what went wrong. Mr. Lal Krishna Advani has already admitted that the slogans India is shining and feel good didn't pay dividends. Can you go one step further and accept that the claim that India was shining, that the country was feeling good, was in fact a serious mistake?
No, I don't agree at all. I am proud of my party's performance, my government performance, and my leadership also. But let me put it this way, and we claim that India is shining, comparatively, what was earlier, what has happened during our regime, the infrastructure, the communication, the housing facility, even the drinking water, even the foreign exchange reserves, even the rupee value, even the inflation, every sector there is an improvement. So naturally we said India is moving forward.
You're talking about the sectors that you saw improvement in. Let me remind you that in a country where 26% live below the poverty line, where 34% are illiterate, where 72% don't have sanitation, and where 480 million people don't have access to safe drinking water, the claim that India is shining is not only inaccurate, to these people it is offensive.
That is the way the opposition tried to put it and then tried to mislead the people.
And they succeeded.
To some extent
they
succeeded. But that's not the reality.
But you gave them the weapon which boomeranged against you.
See, point is, after all, in India, we tried first time to put positives before the people. On the other side, use negatives. If you say that people have totally rejected our developmental plan, in Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, we have won the election on development plan. At the same time, there was also anti-incumbency factor against those state governments also. If you analyze the total reasons, if anybody says there's an anti-NDA wave, I don't agree with them at all.
Let's just stick to India shining for a moment. In the four metropolises of India, Delhi, Bombay, Calcutta, Madras, where there was reason to believe that the country may be shining, you had, before the elections, 10 out of 18 seats. You're left with just one. Even metropolitan India didn't vote for you.
No, it's not correct.
It is correct.
The point is, I agree with you, but people who are benefited, people say that they have not come to the voting, thinking that this government is going to come back with a comfortable majority. As usual, you know what happens to the middle class people in this country. And secondly, people who are feeling that they have not got what they have deserved.
Then think about what you're saying, Mr. Naidu. You're saying either India shining made your own supporters so complacent they didn't come out and vote for you, or it put people off to the extent that they came out to vote against you. So either way, you didn't win. It was a mistake.
I agree with you that we did not win. It's real there. But question you are not understanding. There are local reasons. By and large, if you go through the verdict of the people, even the cities, why metropolitan cities alone? There are cities like Jaipur also. There are cities like Bhopal also. There are cities like Raipur also. There are cities like Bhubaneswar also. There are cities like Bangalore also. In cities we have won. But point is very simple, na? In this election, people seems to have been overwhelmingly influenced by local factors. See,
in talking about India shining, you gave the opposition a weapon to use against you. Had you not claimed India was shining, they couldn't have fought the negative campaign you claimed they did.
It's not simply because that slogan alone we lost the election.
Quite right, you lost it on facts, but you tried to highlight the opposite and came a cropper.
No, whatever we have done, whatever our achievements, we tried to propagate them. But at the same time, we should have taken care to see that those people who are in the opposition, what they have done in the 50 years, we have focused more on that, because in India, negatives always influence. You try to understand what...
You accept there was carelessness.
No, there's no question of carelessness. We tried our best. If something has gone wrong somewhere, we humbly accept it. You try to understand, sir, in spite of all this, what has happened, Kerala ruling party, 0, Karnataka,
let's
Maharashtra, Punjab, Uttaranchal, Maharashtra. So all
Mr. Naidu, let's
when you compare elections, when you analysis, I am ready to owe the responsibility. BJP has come down from 181 to 138. There is a setback, there is a defeat, and our number has gone down. we humbly accept it, we try to rectify the mistakes, and we try to move forward.
Okay.
But this campaign,
No.
as if there is a wave for the other
just
side
a
and all,
moment.
is not correct.
I am not claiming a wave for the other side. I'm first of all trying to analyze with you why you didn't achieve your target of 300, why you gambled on an early election and got it wrong. You had a great star in Atal Bihari Vajpayee. His appeal should have generated votes for you. I put it to you that you reduced a statesman to a salesman by making him make silly phone calls.
No. That's a small point. On that, people did not vote negatively. As I told you, they were happy and comfortable with Vajpayee leadership. They have been more influenced by the local factors. You analyze every state, you understand it.
I'm putting to you that this is an indication of how you got your campaign strategy wrong. You could have used Mr. Vajpayee to win votes. You got him to make phone calls. It became a gimmick. Worse still, it became a joke.
I don't agree with that.
You don't agree with that? Do you think you got any votes because of his telephone calls at all?
So one has to analyze this, but because of his personality, there was good contribution to the BJP.
You don't think you converted the country's top statesman into simply an ordinary salesman?
No. It's not fair to make such comparison also.
Okay. A second plank of your election campaign was to try and warn the country against electing a foreign-born Indian as Prime Minister. It was a strong appeal and it failed. Do you accept that?
Now, in fact, going by the argument and propaganda by others, I am thinking that we should have focused more on the tissue, which we have not. You please understand the entire campaign. I, as the President, was going around the country. I said, Sri Atal Bihari Vajpayee versus question mark. This was the campaign. This was the ad.
And what happened? The question mark
question
won.
Mark remained.
The question mark won.
The question mark remained after elections also. It became a question mark really.
Think about what you're saying. Your slogan was Atal Bihari Vajpayee versus a question mark. The question mark won. And what that means is the country voted for anyone but Vajpayee.
They voted as per the local situation. And it resulted in question mark only.
In which case it wasn't a contest between Atal Bihari Vajpayee and a question mark. You can't have it both ways. You can't say it's a presidential contest and at the same time say it's decided by local issues.
We tried to make it a presidential contest.
And you failed.
We could not succeed.
And you failed.
We could not succeed. Agreed.
Do you also accept that as far as mandates go, the mandate in a parliamentary election is determined by MPs, and something like 340 MPs today in the House wanted Sonia Gandhi as Prime Minister. It's another matter that she didn't want the job herself.
Please try to understand, 64 MPs Communist Party contested against Sonia Gandhi Party, 36 MPs of Samajwadi Party contested against Sonia Gandhi's party, 19 MPs or 18 MPs of Bahujan Samaj Party contested against Sonia Gandhi's party.
But all of them after the election have given letters to the President of India guaranteeing that they would support.
After election,
that's what counts. That's what counts.
That's what I'm saying to you.
And what I'm saying to you is that in trying to raise Sonia Gandhi's birth as a factor in the election campaign, you failed because the parliament that was produced as a result in the teeth of your campaign is a parliament that wanted Sonia as Prime Minister.
Try to understand, the people have not given verdict on this foreign origin issue. Mr. Mulayam Singh earlier in 1999 raised this issue. He got 36 seats.
But in 2004,
he didn't project Sonia Gandhi at all. Please try to understand. Don't try to misread the judgment of the people.
I'm not misreading. I'm pointing out a simple fact. In a parliamentary democracy, the mandate that counts is the mandate of MPs who are elected in the House. 340 of them wanted Sonia as Prime Minister. You accept that?
The question is, it's a post-poll alliance. They have come together.
It doesn't matter.
Because there is a fractured mandate, nobody got mandate.
It's irrelevant
No,
whether
they have got a right. I do agree. They have got a right, but they should have taken people into confidence. Earlier, they have taken a position on this foreign origin issue. Both NCP as well as Samajwadi Party also.
Let me come to what many consider to be the real reasons why you lost. Not campaigns, not the misuse of Atal Vajpayee, not in fact your failure to understand Sonia Gandhi's relationship with the Indian people. You lost because you forgot what you had done so well in 1999. You had winning alliances in your hand with the DMK party in Tamil Nadu, with the AGP in Assam, with the INLD in Haryana, and even with the National Conference in Kashmir. And one by one you lost them all.
Your facts are wrong. NC and BJP never had any alliance, electoral alliance. AGP and BJP never had any electoral alliance.
The NC were part of the
after election.
Doesn't matter.
After election.
You had them as allies, and in the process...
Had we got 250, we would have got many of them also on our side this time also.
If you had contested the election as an ally of the Dravidra Mutra Kazhagam in Tamil Nadu, You would have swept the state. You would have had 40 seats more.
Maybe. Alliances,
If you had fought with the AGP in Assam, you would have got at least 4 or 5 seats more. Your combined vote is more than Congress.
One can come to that conclusion. I am not denying that. But these assessments are made on both sides, and political parties make alliances according to their suitability. DMK and other friends of Tamil Nadu, they worked out on their own. It is not that we said no to them.
Forgive me. The DMK in Tamil Nadu walked out after you, as the BJP president, publicly admonished them for protesting against the Prevention of Terrorism Act. Today, with hindsight, do you accept that your outspokenness was wrong?
How can one be in government and then protest against it in the streets? The people will not appreciate it. No, they did not appreciate it also.
You know, you've tolerated worse from Jayalalitha in the 98 period.
That's why
you could have tolerated something much less.
It failed in 98 also. That's why it failed in 98.
But as a result, you lost 40 seats in Tamil Nadu.
Sir, simple. It's not because of one statement. They are not that much innocent.
So you're saying to me today that it doesn't matter that you broke with the DMK in Tamil Nadu or the AGP in Assam or the INLD, because even with them, you would not have won?
No, if you go by the verdict of the people, this would have made some difference.
It would have made a difference.
Now it's all hypothetical now.
50 seats.
It's all now hypothetical. One can think about it. If I have done like this, then I would have done this. All these are matter for analysis. One can come.
You have no regret about losing these allies?
We have never allowed any ally to go away from us because of our action. They have.
Do you think you did enough to keep the DMK on side?
We have done our best, except dismissing the ADMK government, which we could not.
Well, that's not completely true. You were publicly yourself personally criticizing the DMK. That was not necessary.
No. One being in government, you cannot eat the cake and have it again.
Except
it's simple. It's a coercion dharma.
No, you
would have criticized me. You would have criticized me in same program saying, what is this government doing?
And you could have turned around and said to me that in political wisdom it requires that I take a journalist's criticism but keep on side allies that deliver votes. What you did was you pandered to journalists but lost the votes from your allies.
Country's interest is more important, uppermost in our mind.
So losing the DMK has served the country's interest because it's brought the Congress to power.
See, country's interest is decided by the people. If I lose one ally because of a particular this thing, then you can't attribute it to saying that you have made a wrong judgment. They have made up their own judgment. They have gone ahead with the people whom they have been accused earlier of a variety of things. I don't want to go into that.
That's your position. I said there were 2 cardinal mistakes that perhaps cost you this election. The first was allowing allies to slip out of your hand. The second was to persist with Narendra Modi as Chief Minister of Gujarat after the riots. As a result, you lost the moral high ground, and the party with the difference ended up as being no different to any other party.
I don't agree at all. This is a campaign by our opponents throughout the country.
Not your opponents,
after
please.
Gujarat,
it's your allies.
You try to understand, after Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, there was a clean sweep for BJP. How do you explain? What is the simplification? After Gujarat.
After Gujarat, the Chief Justice of India in open court said that he had lost faith in the Gujarat government. The same Chief Justice said that Narendra Modi was like a modern-day Nero and accused him of protecting rioters. That was the time at which you should have dispensed with him.
We should be fair. To my knowledge, the Chief Justice has not taken the name of the Chief Minister of Gujarat.
But he was talking about the government of Gujarat, and that is a symbol of the Chief Minister.
I have no comments to make about any Chief Justice judgment or his observation. It was not part of the judgment, it was an observation. I have no comments to make.
Look at the allies that have blamed their defeat on the Gujarat factor and Narendra Modi's malified influence. Uddhav Thackeray, Mamta Banerjee, Digvijay Singh, Chandrababu Naidu, and even your own partyman, Shahnawaz Hussain, and at some points, Murli Manohar Joshi. They all
wrong interpretation. All the allies said that the negative campaign carried out by our opponents taking Gujarat and the campaign they have carried against us have helped others to some extent. But it's not, Gujarat means what? The communal trouble that has happened there. That should be condemned by one and all. But the negative campaign, the CDs they have distributed around the country to rouse the passions among the minorities. And if they are benefited, and if my allies talk about the fact that the campaign has happened like this. But those CDs would not
have been able to benefit anyone if you had dispensed with Narendra Modi. Because you left him in power, you weakened yourselves morally, and you gave a weapon to your opponents, just like India Shining.
This campaign has been going on even earlier also. They have carried such campaign against us every time. And they always try to rouse passions and then cater to their vote bank politics.
Let me put this to you. The people of India did not approve of the sort of India Narendra Modi represented. They didn't approve of the way he treated minorities and Muslims in particular. And by refusing to remove him, You tarred your whole party with the same brush.
India is represented by Sri Atal Bihari Vajpayee. Narendra Modi is chief minister of a particular state. After that, you had elections in Gujarat.
But then why does Chandrababu Naidu say that the Modi
when you
influence
ask
cost him votes?
when you ask him questions,
And Mamata Banerjee says it.
They didn't make any allegation against the chief minister. They only mentioned
They talked about
the campaign.
Gujarat.
Campaign.
They talked about the Gujarat influence. That means the chief minister.
But the campaign, no, I don't agree with that. That's a campaign carried against us. That has costed us some votes. Nobody is denying that.
So far we've talked about reasons that the press have been speculating about for why you lost this election. Let's come to what your allies say. Bal Thackeray, who must be your closest, if not your oldest ally, says that you lost because the BJP had become arrogant and overconfident.
I have no comments to make on allies. I follow coalition dharma. It's my
L.K. Advani went to Bihar, a state where you lost more seats than you won, and he said that he detected a pro-incumbency wave. Wasn't that arrogance?
The area through which Sri L.K. Advani has gone, my friends are saying most of seats were won by BJP.
But overall in Bihar you lost seats.
So overall,
so what sort of a pro-incumbency wave is this?
Overall in India also, our seats are reduced.
Pramod Mahajan with pride said that this is the first time an incumbent government is saying to the country, vote for us on our record. You lost.
Yeah.
And all that it shows is that he was so blind with overconfidence that he couldn't detect it.
We had this confidence because of the good work done by us, and we went to the people much before the stipulated time also, hoping that the people are going to re-elect us on our performance.
Overconfidence. Overconfidence, as Thackeray says.
We can use the word overconfidence. We tried
our best. So you
best.
accept it? You accept it?
Yes, I agree with you.
Do you accept arrogance?
Yeah, arrogance I don't. Arrogance is a way of thinking. See, as I told you, as I told during Sitaram Kesari period, Congress got 145. Now during Soniaji's period, 145. And everybody is saying there is a wave for Congress party. It's all the way how commentators and RSS make their comments and then their projections. One must see like this also.
The RSS and the VHP say that you lost because you forgot Hindutva.
They said that they have done well, good performance, good leadership. And they said that...
Oh, forgive me. Let me quote to you Ram Madhav, the official spokesperson of the RSS. He says, our core voters and cadre were disinterested as they felt the BJP had diluted its Hindutva ideology. Politics is about perception, and this perception cost the BJP.
The perception has to be corrected. We will do that. We have not abandoned anything.
But the perception that you abandoned Hindutva cost you votes.
It's the wrong perception. It has to be removed.
But it cost you votes. You conceded.
Might have to some extent. I don't know. But we are in the process of analysis.
Mr. Venkaiah Naidu, we've talked a lot about why you lost. Many people say that at the end of the day, political parties win and lose. That's part of political life. But what they find most depressing is that you conceded defeat with bad grace, that you were bad losers.
We have conceded the defeat even before the final results have come, knowing fully well. And Sri Atal Bihari Vajpayee has decided that we lost the mandate, and all of us have declared that we'll sit.
Sonia Gandhi.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, sir. Being born in this country, I don't have a right to say what I wanted to. What is this? I'm not able to understand.
By refusing to accept
Are we in a fascist regime?
By refusing to accept that the people of India had voted for her, by announcing that you would boycott her swearing in if there was one.
They have not voted for Sonia Gandhi ji. They have not voted for the Congress party. They have not voted for the Congress alliance. Please try to understand.
This is
Congress
the attitude,
got 145 seats.
This is the attitude of a bad loser.
No, it's wrong. 138 and 145, and you say they are the winner and we are the loser. And the alliance also 181 and 218. They got more seats than us.
Mr.
But
Naidu,
does not mean that there's a mandate.
Mr. Naidu,
it's a post-poll alliance. They have worked out.
Mr. Naidu,
fine, they have a right. And we have got right to say to the people, this is a fundamental issue, principal issue, on which the entire country felt agitated, and we spoke about it. What is wrong in this? They boycotted an elected minister for 22 months for no fault of him. And those people are preaching us and teaching us lessons?
Mr. Naidu, in 1997, John Major lost an election to Tony Blair, and he said famously afterwards, when the curtain falls, it's time to leave the stage. In your case, that famous saying has become, when the curtain falls, it's time to stage a protest. That's why people say you're bad losers. That's why they say you're behaving without dignity.
The entire country is feeling sorry for Sri Atal Bihari Vajpayee losing power.
But you are going to a great extent to undermine and erode that sense of pity and sorrow.
Not at all. Even
the sympathy is being undermined by your behavior.
They have seen the drama afterwards, what has happened. They said within 5 minutes, They formed the government. It took nearly 8 to 10 days. The fighting over portfolios, the way in which changed ministers are included, the way in which defeated ministers are included, the way in which portfolios, one man, one
Are you
portfolio,
telling
two
me
ministers,
we have
all
only
these things
we have
have
only
seen.
15 seconds left? Are you telling me you have no regrets about your behavior regarding Sonia Gandhi, even though she won the election and you lost?
Sonia is nowhere in the picture. Issue is of foreign origin. We are very clear. That is our conviction today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow.
And you will pursue it regardless of the fact that people think this is undignified?
Irrespective of Sonia ji, will pursue this issue. Even if tomorrow some American comes here and then want to become president or prime minister, we'll pursue it.
Venkaiah Naidu, thank you very much for talking to Hardtalk India.